Hey everyone, I am back with a new review, and today's review we are talking about Banana Fish. One of my most favorite animes ever. Totally did not cry while watching it, and totally did not cry after watching it. Yep, did not cry once at all. Not one bit. Anyway, where do I start when it comes to Banana Fish? Well, first, let's start with the art. The art is amazing. The animation, also amazing. Just the art. Soundtrack, all the songs are good. I really like the little soundtracks that they had for the anime. And for the characters, yeah, let's get back to that later on in the video. Now, what is the anime about and why do I love it? Quick warning, might end up spoiling a bit of the anime, but I'm going to try my best not to spoil everything. I'm gonna try to, most of the things I may say may just like, yeah, it's gonna be mostly a summary, but I may save something or a few things that may kind of like spoil one thing or two. Not major spoilers, but kind of little spoilers. I'll try my best not to make it big spoilers though. And especially I'm for sure gonna stay away from the ending, because that's one that can be big spoilers. That's why I don't wanna. Again, I'm gonna do my best. Okay, I'm doing my best not to spoil a lot. I'm just trying to just make the summary as best as I can. Okay, moving on. This series or anime or whatever you guys seen, if you've seen anime or you read the manga, if you haven't, let me explain. It takes place in New York City in 1980s. The main character of this series is a street gang leader named Ash Lynx. I think I said his last name right. He would uncover a criminal conspiracy involving a chemical. I don't know if YouTube will allow me to say it. That's why I stopped myself. But it's known as banana fish. And this chemical, banana fish, it basically brainwashes its user into, like, I would say, I guess being more violent in a way, or more just they start being like not themselves in a way, and most results showed that some of them kind of grew violent with this chemical. And while in the course of his investigations, he would encounter AG, and I try my best to say his last name. AG is a photographer assistant, and the reason why AG went to New York City, and quick note, don't know if I'm saying his name right. I'm trying my best. Okay. Anyway, the reason he went to New York City was to complete a report on street gangs. Ash and AG. I'm sorry again. Don't know if I'm saying it wrong. If I am, someone in the comments let me know. I'm not good with names. I'm not good with names at all. These two would form a close bond. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about these two characters, since they're basically the two main characters in this anime. Yes, while during this investigation for Banana Fish, they have like a handful of people join them, and we get to see the other characters that are on their side, and yeah, they make bonds with other characters. But it's like I could probably get into detail of the other characters in a different video, but the summary kind of revolves around them more, basically. So let's quickly move on before I make this video any longer. First, let's talk about Ash. This character, he went through so much, and I mean so much. Oh yeah, just a heads up, if you haven't seen this anime and you want to, and you probably came across this video just to probably, I guess, get a review about it and so you get to know about it more, just letting you know now, if you are interested in watching this anime or reading the manga, this series, it goes over serious topics. Just letting you know that now. Okay. Anyway, Ash, he's really smart. He's smart. He's also street smart because all the stuff he's been through, and his survival skills, they're amazing. His survival skills are off the chain. All the stuff he's been through and all the street smarts and other type of smart things he had to learn, and especially his survival skills, and the one who taught him all these survival skills, like, how do I explain this? He just could tell right away if someone is trying to sneak up on him. That's how crazy his survival skills are. And the only person that he couldn't really detect or find with his survival skills is the one who trained him. And again, I'll probably talk about more characters of the series in different video, but first I want to talk about the summary and the two main characters. And only other person he hasn't used his survival skills on, especially like using his senses to detect if someone's coming up behind him. The only other one he doesn't use it on is Eiji. Like he doesn't. Like he has that close bond with Eiji that he trusts him so much, that they care about each other that much, that he doesn't. Basically, that bond is a lot. He trusts Eiji that much that he doesn't need to have his senses up because he trusts him that much. And Eiji. Now let's talk about Eiji. This boy, the good boy, the best boy, Ash really cared. He really cared about Eiji, and Eiji really cared about Ash. They cared about her a lot. That there was one time that Ash was given a, I guess, I don't know if I could say this on YouTube, but weapon. I guess I could say weapon. I don't know if it's allowed or not in these days. But he was given a weapon and was told, well, if you get rid of yourself, we'll promise not to bother Eiji. Like, at all. We'll just leave him alone. Just do this for us. And what does Ash do? He actually tries. He really tries to get rid of himself with the weapon they give him. And it's like, he didn't even give it a second thought. He just went for it. There was no bullets in that weapon. But it's like, he showed the ones who handed him the villains. And well, one who handed him wasn't really a villain. They were just like, I guess I would say they were more of a third party type of villain. They were with the main villain at that time, but they weren't, I guess, in full on side by side. But yeah, he showed the bad guys in this series that he really cares about Eiji, which kind of raised up a bunch of flags that for ways to make them get to Ash, because they would see how far he was gonna go just to keep Eiji safe, which kind of was a bit of his downfall in a way, because they noticed that, and at the same time they wanted Ash to stop investigating, well, banana fish, the chemicals, all this stuff, and he didn't want to get exposed for all the terrible things they done to him and to everyone, so many people that they did terrible things to, especially with this new thing they had, which was this banana fish, the chemical. They wanted to stop him, and when they saw that he cared about Eiji this much, they're like, well, if he's not gonna stop, then we're gonna have to go after the only other ones he cares about, which was Eiji at the moment, because all the other people that Ash cared about, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you're in for it, bro. Right? But yeah, they tried to break this bond so bad between these two. They tried so many things just to hurt them. Like, why? Why did you want to hurt these two so bad? Like, again, I know these villains want them to stop these two from keeping the investigation going on, to keep them from exposing them, and like, yeah, okay, yeah, understandable. Yeah, you guys are bad guys. You want to stop them from stopping you guys of being exposed on this stuff. But they went so far they shoot Eiji. That's how far it went. And okay, that's what basically. Now, how does this like tie into the summary of the story? Well, it kind of really does, because these two are the two main characters, and it just revolves around them during this investigation and all their friends that helped them during this investigation. It kind of revolves around them and their bond this whole time while trying to, well, again, the investigation. And the villains trying to stop them and break their bond that they went so far of hurting so many people that they cared about. And what do I mean by that? is basically Ash, the main character. The villains just wanted him to suffer basically, while trying to prevent him from exposing them. That they just wanted him to suffer more, even though these made him suffer so much when he was young. They basically wanted him to lose his friends, his family, because all this time of him investigating, because he lost his brother to this thing, and that's kind of a spoiler, my bad. But yeah, they really wanted all these characters to suffer this badly. They wanted Ash and AJ to suffer. They wanted Ash to suffer by losing AJ at the end. Like, they wanted to get rid of AJ. They wanted to take AJ basically away from Ash, or just break them apart. That's how bad it was, of the suffering, I mean. But even though after all Ash and AJ go through all this investigation of the ups and downs, and losing Carmen's down the line and gaining new ones down the line as well, and having to deal with, like, I want to see 3 villains, the main villain and 2 other people who was on his side. One of them, not, I guess, again, being a third party villain, wasn't really somebody to deal with. He was just jealous about the bond that Ash and AJ had. That's it. Well, it was just the main villain and the other person he hired. But yeah, they in the end had gone through all that and finally exposing the villains. They live happily ever after. Yeah, they live a happy life. It's a happy life, everyone. Please don't. Let me just say one thing. If you watch it, I do recommend watching it, but again, just a heads up, if you haven't watched it yet, or you haven't read the manga yet, just know, like how I said like a few minutes ago, or never how long ago, there is serious topics in this anime. Like, it does go over a handful of serious topics. Just a heads up. I can't go into detail because again, there's serious topics. And if you do watch it, and when you get I'm just gonna say it now. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna say what happens, but I'm just gonna say this. It's your choice. If you get to the end and you see that when you get to the part, if you see that there's like 13 minutes left in the last episode, just ignore it. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just accept a happy ending. Just accept that happy ending like I did. It's a happy ending. Just ignore it. There's no 13 minutes. What last 13 minutes? The 13 minutes is nothing. Just don't worry about it. Your choice. If you see there is 13 minutes and you want to go through with it, like and act like there is 13 minutes left and want to see it, go ahead. No one's stopping you. I'm not. Your choice. Okay. Anyway, that's so yeah, I guess that's the best way to summarize as much as I can. Like, summarize about what it's about, how the art and the music, how amazing they are, and talk about the characters as much as I could. Only talked about the 2 main characters at this time, and I think that's the best I could do, because I don't want to go into too much detail with all the other characters without spoiling. So I think this is the best way to wrap it up, and without spoiling everything, giving a little summary, little review about it, talk about what it's about without spoiling a lot. Next video I will go into detail about all the other characters and more detail with Ash and AJ and the whole story, more detail in the next video. Just wanted to make a quick little summary review and without spoiling a lot. Alright, so I hope whoever is still watching this, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.